Hey, you guys. So I wanted to talk with you guys about what I learned, figured out, had a revelation with during my run today. I can tell you to start off that it was hot. Oh my goodness. A friend of mine had actually told me ahead of time, Jennifer, be careful out there. It's hot. And I knew that going into it, so I made sure that I was good and hydrated before I got started. Made sure and took a water bottle with me, and that was the first time that I've ever done the whole water bottle thing. And it's quite interesting to get used to passing the bottle back and forth, hand to hand, while you're struggling up these hills out here at Craighead Forest Park. It's not flat. It is up and down and up and down and up and down and tough. For some of you guys, it might be a breeze, but for me, it is stinking hard. So being able to just keep going is rough enough, but then trying to maneuver this bottle back and forth, I mean, that was definitely had its own set of challenges, but we got through it. Okay, so my goal today was to shoot for 7 miles. Now, for some of you guys that are everyday runners or have worked your way up to running marathons, half marathons, and it's not a big deal for you to get out and run 7 miles, I applaud you. There we go. I'm going to applaud my arm. That's for you. I am so stoked that you have pushed yourself to that point. It was tough. Just in general, running in the heat was rough. But my goal was to run 7 miles. Okay, so I attempted to download an app that I was hoping would keep track of how far I had ran. I've been pumping myself up all day long. Up until a couple of months ago, I'd only ran 3.4 miles consistently without stopping. Now, it wasn't very fast. We've discussed this before, but I kept going. And so then about a week or two ago, I pushed myself to 5.8 miles. And that was on the day that I went to court, so I was super motivated to prove that to myself. So that was a big deal. I thought to myself, you know what? I feel pretty good. I'm going to push myself to 7 miles. So I began downloading this app. And guess what? About a quarter of a mile in, I looked down at the app, and it was not tracking, because out here where I run, the signal service is crappy, and so the GPS wasn't picking up. So I continued to run, but I worked on my phone. Clearly I wasn't going very fast, or I wouldn't have been able to do this. I worked on my phone, deleted that app, downloaded another app, got it going, kept going. I didn't have to take off because I was still going, right? And looked down about a quarter of a mile, and the stinking thing was not tracking. So I thought to myself, gosh dang it, I want to run 7 miles. So I kept going, and I deleted that app, and I downloaded another app, and at this point I'm getting pissed off. That's the best way to put it, because I can't figure out an app that will get some stinking service out here at this park and will tell me how far I ran. And so I got this other app, and I just shoved my phone down in the top of my shirt, because that's where I keep it, because that's about the only place it'll fit. And I kept going. And I pushed. And I pushed, and I pushed, and my hips were so sore. My left hip flexor, no matter how much I stretch it out, no matter how many exercises I do to strengthen it, no matter what I do, that sucker is a challenge. And I pushed, and about, I'd say, maybe 3 miles in, I grabbed my phone, and I knew I was fixing to transfer over from the pavement onto the trail, so I wanted to make sure it was tracking. And what do you think? Was it tracking? No, it wasn't tracking. So I thought to myself, you know what? You're out here to run. Your goal is not to necessarily know exactly how far you ran. Your goal is to push yourself. So stinking put your phone up and keep going. And so I did. And I kept running. And when I got to the section where I was about to transfer over from the pavement to the trail, I decided to go ahead and stay on the pavement. While it has got some horrific hills that seem like they last a million years, it was in a place that I could then get in my car and then go track it to figure out how far it was that I went. And so that's what I did. And I ran 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 and ran. And I got back to my car looked at how long it took me. It took me a little while. And then I jumped into my car and I tracked my run using my little thing on my dashboard. And my goal was 7 miles. And as I hit that 6.4, 6.5, I began to get so excited because it was possible that I came close to hitting my goal. Even through all the frustration of not being able to get the tracking device to work. And I got to where I stopped running. I looked down. And do you know what it said? It said 7.2 miles. So what did I learn from this? Sometimes in life, we get so distracted when situations do not go our way. It was not going my way. What I wanted to happen was for the stinking tracking device to work so that I could know exactly how far I'd ran, as if this tracking device was going to actually change my run. But you know what? I learned today that it probably would have. Because when I hit 7 miles, guess what I would have done? Most likely I would have stopped, even though I wasn't back at my car. Because my goal was 7 miles. Sometimes when things don't go our way, there's a purpose in there. And it's quite possible that it's simply meant to not go our way to grow us. How often in this life do we want things to go a certain way and we want to control them and we want to know that we know that every detail that we planned goes off without a hitch and there are no problems and everything is exactly as it should be. And then when it doesn't, we potentially change what we plan to do? What would have happened today if I had not been able to get the GPS thing working and I had just decided, forget it, I'll just go to the gym and lift? Do you know that I would have missed the opportunity to not only reach my goal, but to surpass it? I would have not only reached my goal or missed reaching my goal, but I would have missed surpassing it. I guess I just want to encourage you that whatever it is that you're going through, or whatever situations that you face, have a plan, sure. I mean, it is good to plan. There is wisdom in that. Yes, plan. Have a guideline of what you want to happen. But if something happens to come along and throw a wrench right in the middle of your pretty little plan, be okay allowing yourself to come up with a new plan and not sabotaging your experience based on the fact that things didn't go your way. It might be possible that you're going to miss out on reaching a goal and surpassing a goal by simply not getting your way. And that's tough to hear. And I can tell you, if I had heard this before I ran today, it probably wouldn't have made any sense. But I know that the last mile of this stinking run today was by far the roughest, toughest challenge that I've ever experienced. I don't know that most people would pass me and even call what I was doing a run. The hills were horrific. My back, everything was aching. I was constantly refocusing my form. And if I had had something tracking how fast I was going, I might have gotten discouraged. I could possibly have sped up and sabotaged completing my goal, which ended up being surpassing my goal. If the way that I wanted things to go had happened like I wanted them to, I could have possibly quit at just reaching my goal. Now, would I have been proud of that? Yeah. But do you know what is going on in the heart of me? Right here in the heart of my chest, in the center of my chest? Crap, I can't get my words out. Like a complete celebration. What I wanted to happen was to run 7 miles. And I not only achieved that, but I surpassed it. And things didn't go my way. But in the end, they were my way and then some. I just encourage you today, what is it are you going through? Is things going your way? And if not, is that causing you to sabotage your experience? Is that causing you to completely lose focus and lose your head and your heart in the situation? I encourage you to rise up, see the situation for what it is, and keep going. Keep going. 7.2. Oh my God. Okay, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I love you so much. Hope you guys rock it out. Word.